Hey, before y'all do anything, make sure you subscribe to the channel. If you rockin' with Young Dolph, go ahead, hit that comment section. Put the dolphin emoji. Let me know where y'all from and who you rockin' with. Let's go. The Feds is starting to catch on to Blac Youngsta ever since he posted those messages online saying that he was going to crash out, he was going to do this and do that. A lot of people started paying attention to that. The Feds don't want nothing to go down, especially since they've been watching him so long. They seeing that they finally starting to crash out. They starting to put their moves out into the public and say what they about to do. And that's how they caught on to him so quick, because since they were already paying attention from the whole CMG Rico that was allegedly going on and everything like that, they pulled up right to him and shut it down to make sure that he didn't go and try to slide and get revenge, because out of anybody at all, out of all the people that's involved, he's probably the most likely to actually go out there and do some damage and try to get revenge on multiple people or make it look like something very bad that they try to avoid from happening. And so not only that, but now it's like Yo Gotti wasn't there to help him or nothing like that. It seems like Yo Gotti and Blac Youngsta must have had a fallout and everything like that. That's why you don't see CMG and Blac Youngsta, Yo Gotti, Blac Youngsta, you don't see them hanging out together no more like that. And it's mainly because due to the fact that Blac Youngsta did get kicked off of CMG. A lot of people are saying Jay-Z didn't want him there. It was a liability. It was a lot of issues. He could have caused the big CMG and this bigger company to get less and less because of the fact that they got people that's involved in all of these things that's going on. It's making them lose money pretty much. And so now, due to the fact that Blac Youngsta and Yo Gotti no longer cool, now it's like as a third edge to this. Like, now, is there a beef between Youngsta and Yo Gotti? Could that have been the reason why his brother got hit up? Because now we see that since Blac Youngsta broke away from CMG, he been doing his own heavy camp for a while, and Yo Gotti might have got super jealous of that. He might have got heated and envious of that due to the fact that he didn't want Blac Youngsta making no type of money from music unless it was through him. And that's the thing, is that at the end of the day, people will use you for what they want, and then whenever y'all have a fallout, it's gonna be to the point where they get jealous or whatever it is, man. And that's why Yo Gotti and Blac Youngsta, they no longer even connected to each other no more. And this has been over a year since the last time that they were seen at the same place, same time, and that's basically the same time that the fallout happened between them. Like, that's why CMG, Moneybagg Yo, they no longer in together. CMG cut ties with everybody. Blac Youngsta cut ties with everybody, and so they all had to separate due to the fact that they was all gonna get caught in the Rico together. So they was trying to find a way to detach themselves, because they know it wasn't their idea to do Dolph like that. And so that's why if Govan was the mastermind, then whoever planned it with him, they the ones who had the idea. And so that's what a lot of the people are thinking right now in Memphis. And so when they look at the situation with Blac Youngsta, Yo Gotti, Moneybagg Yo, and everything like that, they realize that all of them had a fallout. Moneybagg Yo no longer cool with Youngsta, Youngsta no longer cool with Yo Gotti, and so the whole group, the CMG, the core, then split up. And this is all due to the karma from the Dolph situation, the Ricos that are going on, Blac Youngsta saying he gonna slide, his brother getting hit up, and a whole lot of things. Because if you don't remember, even Yo Gotti's restaurant got hit up too. And so that's the thing that put this whole thing on the spin, is that now the karma from Dolph and then and the people sliding from PRE is one thing, but then another thing is that inside CMG, Yo Gotti's own cousins, Blac Youngsta's own brothers, and all these other people that's tied to CMG, Moneybagg Yo, Bread Gang, and Heavy Camp, they all having a feud. That's why Yo Gotti's Privé restaurant, there was a whole altercation where they ended up getting into an argument, and the dudes pulled the strap at the table. And when they took it outside, everybody started blowing the whole place down, man. And people got hit up. Yo Gotti's cousin got dropped at that place, man. And that had to do something with something, man, because that wasn't no random act of moments or nothing like that. It wasn't somebody just trying to come in and run people's pockets. This was a personal message. This was a hit sent out. And so at that point, all this weird funny stuff started happening between Blac Youngsta, Yo Gotti, and the whole CMG. Once we see Yo Gotti's cousin get dropped, then that's when we really see Moneybagg Yo, Blac Youngsta, and Yo Gotti separate from each other, because they knew that the Feds was watching even closer. Since something happened at that restaurant, they knew that it was still some type of connection to the streets, because somebody pulled up there and they must have had a problem with Yo Gotti. They must have had a problem with Yo Gotti's cousin or something, or vice versa. They had a problem with each other, and it was something serious to the point where they took it outside and they was clapping at each other back and forth and everything like that. That really made the Feds start to watch everything even more, and this is the reason why Blac Youngsta moved out, went to Cancun. This is why Jay-Z and everybody's been so behind the scenes, and this is why Yo Gotti went to Bali with Angela Simmons, and they've been hiding out together, is because of the fact that since the Feds started looking at the Privé restaurant situation happening, they started connecting the dots with what the cousin was doing with all the other CMG members, and how that ended up tying into Govan and Big Jook. You got to remember, man, Memphis is a small city still. It's a lot of people that know each other, and so when you got all them people in the same area and the word spreads quick so fast, they were able to actually track down a whole lot of info, a whole lot of stuff that happened just from them looking into Yo Gotti's cousin and then seeing what they was involved in, and it brought them to Big Jook and Govan. Once they got to Big Jook and Govan, they knew that that was their connection into CMG. This is the reason why they took them down to the precinct. They took Big Jook down to the precinct earlier in this year, and they asked him all these questions. He answered all the questions, gave the statements and the whole entire testimony on who exactly they were looking for, and he provided the whole entire report for them, allegedly. And so then once he didn't even get a lot of time at that time, because he cooperated, they let him go the next day, and so on and so forth. The same thing happened to Govan. Right after they got Big Jook, he must have told on Govan. Govan gets picked up. Then they start going to court with him. He raised his hand and everything like that, said a whole entire thing about exactly what happened, and then they gave him a $90K bond and released him out with the monitor and everything like that, with the ankle detector. And so this is where everything stands. They know for a fact that them two had to tell on CMG and Yo Gotti, whoever the boss man is. And then this is why everybody separated, because once they started looking into the Rico and everything, and they seen people start dropping at Privé, they seen Blac Youngsta brothers start dropping, they seen CEO Teezy drop, and even Govan daughter, a lot of cash Desto, that was even a lot of a get back for Dolph started happening. People started sliding, whether it was PRE, whether it was just people rocking with Dolph or whatever it is. Man, they knew that the time in the streets was coming to where they was going to get justice in the streets before they get justice for Dolph, like anywhere in an official place and everything like that, because we still ain't seen the camera footage. They still ain't shown nothing from the surveillance of Dolph actually pulling up. And so everybody's just kind of waiting on the edge of their seat, trying to figure out what's about to happen with the whole entire Dolph case and everything like that, because now that the trial's coming up and they getting Blac Youngsta, a lot of people are thinking Blac Youngsta is about to tell on Yo Gotti and CMG about the Dolph. Exactly. This is why when Blac Youngsta was sending all the messages saying he don't care what's about to happen, he don't care what if he goes down or this and that, it's really because he's getting ready to tell on the whole entire Dolph trial. Like, he knows everything that happened. Clearly he must have been allegedly close or part of or knew what was going on, man. And so this is why if he goes and takes the stand and tells on Yo Gotti, this is going to be a very, very shocking moment, because it goes to show you that even in Blac Youngsta's songs he was talking about, he even said in his lyrics about how he basically was doing the hits and sent shots for another person. And so what he's basically alluding to is that he might have been saying something along the lines that he was doing things in the streets for Gotti, for Yo Gotti. And that's the only, because people try to make it make sense, and with the way that he said it in his song, it pretty much is giving the thing saying that he was doing something dirty work for Yo Gotti, and this is something that he might be able to go and tell on and reduce his chance or something like that. At the end of the day, he don't want nobody else to get dropped from his side, and so he knows that at this moment his main ops is really Yo Gotti. If you really sit back and think about it, Blac Youngsta started dissing Yo Gotti and everything in some of his songs. That's why they ain't been together in a while, man. And so when you start to put two and two together, you will come to realize that actually Blac Youngsta's main op now is Yo Gotti. And because of the fact that he might tell on him, and Yo Gotti knows that he split up from CMG, and so he's still mad about the fact that he not actually getting the bread off of Youngsta and everything like that. And so this is why everything has gone to the level where now they're about to tell on each other, they feuding against each other. All of their loyalty, all of the street code stuff that they agreed to in the beginning, it all fell apart and it came crumbling down because it was never really on a solid foundation like that. And this is why y'all shouldn't go and do that street life. Stay away from the streets. It ain't for you. You don't got to do none of that. Go get some money. There's a million ways now to go get some money. You don't have to do nothing in the streets. You don't have to follow the path of a dude in the streets and try to do it like them. You can set your own way and everything like that. Because all in all, if you do go down that path, here's the things that's going to end up happening. Ricos, people getting hit up, you having to do dirty work for people and then take the blame, doing football numbers in the pan. All that is that what you want? Exactly. That's something we don't condone to nobody. So at the end of the day, people got to come together for the community and start making it out on their own and doing things like Dolph was doing, giving back to the community, investing in businesses. Dolph had millions and millions of dollars invested. He was coming to pick it up from Memphis, man. A lot of people were jealous because he passed them up. It was really, that was it. Dolph's success was making all the people that wanted to work with him even more mad, and they try to copy him and they try to do what he had. But at the end of the day, Dolph wanted to do everything on his own so he could have full control. He don't have to have another person try to tell him that they put him on or anything like that. And so everybody understands that. You can respect that and everything. And the fact that he did the right things, gave back to the community and try to stay in his own lane, that's all you got to do. And at the end of the day, make sure you subscribe to the channel for all the updates.